Halo Sobat Aliper, salam jumpa kembali. Bagaimana kabar Anda semua hari ini? Semoga selalu diberikan berkah kesehatan dan selalu dilancarkan rezekinya oleh Tuhan Yang Maha Kuasa. Amin. Di video kali ini kita akan menyaksikan dua gitaris dari mancanegara sedang memeriksa cover terbaru Alibata, Dust in the Wind dari Kansas.
So I had to come back to one of our old favourites, Alip. He is an incredible fingerstyle acoustic player and I've reacted to a few of his videos before. He's amazing. And I saw recently, and I've not watched it yet, that he's uploaded a cover of the 1970s song Dust in the Wind by the American rock band Kansas. If you don't know the original song by Kansas, it's a classic, go and check it out. I'll put the link to the original song and to Alip's cover down in the description below. But it's an incredible song, it's really profound. It's about how life is kind of like dust in the wind. You can't capture it, it's only kind of a load of small moments which build up to be what represents a life worth living, a lifetime essentially. I'm really interested to see how Alip has taken this and put his own spin on it and probably made it into the usual kind of really complicated, sort of beautiful, delicate, sort of instrumental piece that he makes using fingerstyle guitar. So let's get into it. Here's my reaction to Alip and his fingerstyle arrangement for Dust in the Wind. Beautiful fingerstyle arrangement. This is from the original song. I've just got to stop it there and say I'm already blown away. So as well as that original kind of fingerstyle opening that we're used to hearing, which is in the original song, he combines that with the melody from the singing. So he's doing these open chord shapes. You can see him playing a C and then kind of like a suspended C, an A minor and a suspended A sort of shape in the intro, and then changing between some of these kind of quite well-known open chords, and then suddenly brings in quick movements and runs and slides, and that's following the exact kind of vocal line of the singer. So the singer kind of goes, I close my eyes, da 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 da, and that exact kind of vocal line is what's followed, but he manages to do that and keep going the strumming pattern, alternating the kind of picking on the right hand and keeping this dun 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 finger picking thing, which is incredibly impressive. The song in itself, if you're kind of learning guitar, is a challenging one, taking on this sort of Travis finger picking type thing where you're alternating, where your thumb is picking on the strings and then playing your other fingers. But to do that and then add in all what the kind of singer is singing is incredibly impressive, and the way he keeps it all in time and smooth is amazing. Let's get back to it.
Okay, so already in this beginning, normally we would keep this chord C, the same, but he's adding this fourth in the key and making it a little bit more colorful and interesting. So far, subtly playing around, adding little changes and details that many people may not even notice. By the way, I love the broken wall behind him and the cigarette on the guitar. Very nice and subtle. Is it a flip?
Some of the stretches on those chords there were incredible, and you could notice it was bringing in some sort of dissonant feeling. Like the chords weren't clearly happy or sad, it was this kind of in-between feeling, you know, like they make you feel you're not sure what you feel about them, you're not sure what they mean until you hear the chord that follows. And what I really love about that in the context of this song is the song is quite profound. It's about life, it's about how life is kind of both beautiful and kind of impermanent, right? It's over very quickly, but then it's all these beautiful moments that only last kind of a short period, but then they're gone. But all of those beautiful things together are what life is. So it really feels like he's channeled into the kind of meaning and feeling of the song with how he's moving through the chord changes. It's really beautiful. And what I noticed, as well as doing that kind of alternating picking on his right hand that I mentioned with his thumb, you could see there as well a standard thing that some finger picking players do, where he was bringing his thumb on his kind of left hand, the one that's on the neck, and bringing his thumb down onto the bass E string, so the thick E string on top of the guitar, and that way you can play notes on the top whilst having your other fingers at the bottom. And it just means you can kind of have this light and dark. You can have these dark kind of lower bass notes and the lighter chord. So as an example of this, and this is more of a kind of beginner to intermediate player thing compared to some of the other crazy stuff he's done, but there was one point where he had a D chord, he was playing a D major, and then with his thumb he was over the bass string and holding down the second fret. And so that's a D major slash F sharp, because it's a D major but the lowest note is this F sharp he's holding with his thumb. And it's just things like that, little kind of details that he's added, and these dissonant stretching chords that make this so impressive and ultimately give it the right feeling, because I think this is such a big song for profoundness and depth of kind of feeling of what life's about, that really the way he's kind of transcribed it for this kind of finger picking style is incredible.
Very steady thumb, perfectly clean. That was very classical run. I noticed the smoke blowing in the wind. By the way, if you're a guitarist, try to use these techniques. It's actually easier than it looks, and it adds a lot of character to your play. You know, hammer on and pull off, and those sliding to a chord. Oh, that's an interesting way of holding. Very flexible fingers.
Wow. I'm really impressed and surprised that he's managed to make the video more impressive as it goes on. So in the original song, if I remember rightly, another singer comes in and they have kind of like battling vocals, or kind of like harmony vocals, and it adds extra oomph to this idea, this kind of realization we're dust in the wind. It's kind of getting more intense, the idea and sort of profound nature of the song. And Alip in this is kind of like, he's playing the same fingerstyle pattern in a way, but he's adding a lot more frills. You know, he's adding a lot more filling notes in, and kind of a lot more slides and a lot more frenetic playing where he's quickly jumping between parts, and that builds up as the song goes on. And again, that adds amazingly to the feeling of the song, this feeling of like getting more frustrated about being dust in the wind, or maybe becoming more aware of it, the fact that like life is a transient thing to be celebrated, but something that we can't keep hold of. We can't stop the kind of aging process, and everything's going but at a kind of rate where we just have to accept it and let go. And this kind of way of writing the kind of instrumental music, I feel like you can feel that even if you don't have the words. You can feel the feeling of like the tension building up and this realization without even knowing what the words of the song are. It's really impressive, and it kind of shows how the kind of tempo and kind of speed and the sort of how the notes fit together, how that relates to the feeling of the song. That's
a very interesting way of holding, like, this would be like F, F chord, but he's using this pinky. Notice how he's like flattens his pinky in very unnatural way, and then plays the G on top of the, basically like you can look at it as F major 7th chord with the bass on G. Slowing down slightly. Showing his how he took the cigarette away. Take a sniff. Really cool.
Beautiful harmonic to finish. And then he just takes a smoke. That was easy. I always think this when I watch his videos, but what an unbelievable player. He's covered not only the kind of iconic fingerstyle riff that is played in the song, but he's also brought in the melodies of the singer, he's brought in those kind of little riffs of the violin, he's brought in a lot of those little sort of dissonant bits which kind of make the song very iconic and make it feel like, you know, this important idea of that life is temporary and how can we seize the moment and make the most of it.
Oke guys, itu tadi kompilasi video reaksi kita hari ini. Bagaimana menurut kalian? Jangan lupa selalu berbuat baik kepada alam semesta. Sampai berjumpa next video. Peace out.